Hello guys, welcome to my channel Maths Pursuit. Today we are going to look into exercise 5.1 question 1 bit 4 from chapter 5 called arithmetic progression. So let's see what exactly is given in question number 1 bit 4. So coming to the question 1 bit 4, it is given like which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? And the given scenario is the amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. So let's see how we can solve this question. Moving ahead to the solution. Let us first note down the question and analyze it so that we can easily understand what exactly the question is and what exactly we need to do. Now, the question given here is like the amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. That means the question is saying that if 10,000 is deposited in a bank account, let's say, and the rate of interest is 8% and this interest is compounded annually. So guys, I believe you might be knowing like there are two types of interest interest rate like a bank gives, like we calculate. One is a simple rate of interest and one is a compound rate of interest. Simple rate of interest calculation is very easy, that is PRT by 100, which is nothing but principal into rate into time by 100. And whereas in the compound interest the calculation is little bit different, and there is also again a formula for calculating. So we will use the compound interest rate formula here and move ahead for our calculation. So we will discuss here the compound interest formula here. Now to solve this question, we are going to use the compound interest rate formula. Compound interest rate formula is like A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power T. Let's see what are these terms. Like A is equal to amount, P is equal to principal amount, R is equal to rate of interest, and T is equal to time or number of years. So let's see amount of money after first year. So after first year, we are representing first year is nothing but first term, that is A1, and the principal amount given here is like the initial amount that we deposited, that is 10,000 into 1 plus 8 by 100 to the power 1. Rate of interest is 8, so we are writing 8 by 100 to the power 1. So that is equal to 10,000 into 1 plus 0.08, means 8 by 100 is nothing but 0.08 to the power 1. So that is equal to 10,000 into 1.08 to the power 1. That is equal to 10,000 into 1.08, that is equal to 10,800. Now second year, at the end of amount of money after second year, A2. Let's say, so here again the initial amount is 10,000 and 1 plus 8 by 100 to the power 2. Here only the thing that we are changing is the timeline, that is the second year. For that reason we are taking T as 2. So after solving this one, like we are getting 10,000 into 1 plus 0.08 to the power 2, that is equal to 10,000 into 1.08 to the power 2, that is equal to 10,000 into 1.1664, that is equal to 11,664. Now moving to the amount of money after third year. So after third year means A3, again here principal is 10,000 and 1 plus 8 by 100 to the power 3. So this is the third year, so we are giving writing the timeline as 3. So that is equal to 10,000 into 1 plus 0.08 to the power 3, that is equal to 10,000 into 1.08 to the power 3, that is equal to 10,000 into 1.2597, that is equal to 12,597. Guys, just put the formula and these are then again becomes a simple calculation. Now amount of money after the end of fourth year. So A4 is equal to 10,000 into 1 plus 8 by 100 to the power 4, because here time is 4. So 10,000 into 1 plus 0.08 to the power 4, that is equal to 10,000. 1 plus 0.08 is nothing but 1.08 to the power 4. So that is equal to 10,000 into 1.3605, that is equal to 13,605. Now guys, what are the things or what are the final amounts that we got here? Like amount of money after first year, like A1 we got here is 10,800, A2 we got here like 11,664, A3 we got here is 12,597, and finally A4 we got here is 13,605. Guys, this type of calculation will still move ahead, but we are considering till 4 years. Now putting the number sequence in a tabular form, that means these numbers that we got here at the end of first year, second year, third year and fourth year, just we are going to represent these numbers in a tabular form, so that our calculation will be easy to find out the arithmetic progression. Now we have created a table here, like it's a 4-column table with 3 rows as usual. So first column or first cell is first term, then second term, then third term, then fourth term. Now putting the value like 10,800 in first term, 11,664 in second term, 12,597 under third term, 13,605 under fourth term. And again, like naming these terms like A1, we have already named this, so just I'm putting it like A1 for first term, A2 for second term, A3 for third term and A4 for fourth term. And now guys, we very well know that in order to find out the arithmetic progression, we need to find out the common difference. And if there is a consistent common difference or constant common difference, then this sequence is in arithmetic progression. Now we are going to take like A4 minus A3 as usual. We are subtracting like A3 from A4. So we are taking A4 minus A3, which is nothing but 13,605 minus 12,597, that is equal to 1008. Then A3 minus A2, that is equal to 12,597 minus 11,664, that is equal to 933. Then A2 minus A1, that is second year minus first year, that is equal to 11,664 minus 10,800, that is equal to 864. Guys, we will see that the difference here that we got here is like these are not of the same number. These numbers are varying. In the first case, we got 1008, in the like 1008, then we got 933, then we got 864. So these numbers are varying. Therefore, as there is no common difference among the consecutive numbers, hence this list does not form an arithmetic progression. So the amount of money deposited in the account having a compound interest does not form an arithmetic progression. This is what we can write at the end of our answer. Hope guys you understood this calculation. This calculation is very easy. Just we need to take a formula. If we do not know, just we can remember this formula, compound interest formula, and then we can solve this question. Still, if you have any question or concerns, kindly write to me in the comment section of this video. Definitely I will get back to you once I see your comments. If you really like my videos, kindly subscribe and let your friends know. Thank you. Bye.